Alright. Been thinking about this idea for quite some time now, and finally getting around to one that actually do it. And it's going to give you guys a little bit of a background of who I am, what I'm about, and what I want to turn this channel into. Basically, used to be an automotive technician for a little bit. Now I'm a shop foreman of a particular diesel shop. Obviously, will not name the name of the shop, but however, I've got a background in the automotive industry. Huge into wanting to build. You know, obviously, everyone wants to build performance. That's the biggest thing. But never had an opportunity to really put myself out there and to let everyone know kind of what my knowledge base is, who I am, and what I can provide in terms of educational sources through something like YouTube. I know it's become the cliche thing, you know, automotive YouTubers, this, that, and the other. It's not necessarily the basis of what this channel is going to be. There's lots of guys out there that have very, very good educational videos, and my big thing that I want to kind of revolve this around is transmissions. Transmissions to me are something that I've always been fascinated with, and it's something that I think I can have a very good viewer base with, and actually put some great information out for you guys, so that way you guys can, you know, learn from them and maybe fix your own things or start your own little side gig of rebuilding some old school transmissions or maybe even some newer ones. The biggest things that I've specialized in: turbo 350s, turbo 400s, power glides, primarily GM stuff. Did do some Ford things, some C4s, C6s, some FMXs. AODEs on the GM side, also the 4L60Es, 700R4s, you know, your basic 3, 2, 4-speed automatic transmissions, several manuals as well. I've got a 1982 Datsun 280ZX out there, along with my 82 El Camino. Datsun's on the other side. I rebuilt the transmission in it. It's a 5-speed manual. The El Camino doesn't have an engine in it or a drivetrain at all. That is part of my get up on this too, is to kind of, you know, turn this into a documentation, if you will, timeline progression of some projects that I have. If you guys get to take a quick little look at my garage, obviously it's a disaster, but I mean, I also live in the house, so, you know, got a wife, that sort of thing. You know, we always have something going on, always doing things, always doing laundry, that sort of thing. But regardless, I've got engines on stands everywhere. There's crankshafts all over the ground. I've got a bunch of blocks back over here behind me that I would love to build one day. Obviously, funding is a big thing. You know, I do other things outside of this too, outside of my hobbies and projects and everything. I also play hockey, you know, as an adult league here in the town that I live in, and I enjoy that. It's a great way to relieve some stress from work and have a life outside of, you know, just working and trying to make money all the time. But regardless, I think this would be something I could really enjoy doing in my free time. Not only showing you guys builds and progressions of projects and educational videos about specific things like transmissions. I would love to go over specific transmissions, specific components, how each individual component works with one another, maybe do in-depth dive videos if that's something you guys would want to see on a specific component. There's lots of stuff like that out there on YouTube, but I would love to kind of find my little niche in that. And really, I'd love to start rebuilding them as part of a business. That would be a very fantastic opportunity that I think I have a very good shot at attempting to do. So the more and more people I reach, the bigger the opportunity is for me to gain some sort of source like that. So I think that'd be awesome. On top of that, the biggest thing too is I've got a degree in automotive industry management. So there's a little bit in that background, not just the technical side. There's also, and it's a bachelor's also. So I know take that for what it is. You know, some people think that's great, other people not so much. Whatever side of the spectrum you're on, that's your choice. However, it wasn't just the technical side of the industry. It was also the business side of the industry. How dealerships work, how warranty works, how parts stores are ran, why things are the way they are, how manufacturing plants work. What the EPA was, that's a big one. And I would love to have discussions on this channel about things that are happening in the industry, things that are happening in what the major effects are, really and truly. Because if you think about it, get out of here. If you think about it, the automotive and transportation industry affects a lot of what goes on not just in the United States, but around the world. And there's huge implications for the direction that it's going. And there's huge things that tie into not just the automotive industry, but pretty much how the world continues to turn. Not literally, but in a figurative sense. So I would love to have those discussions. Can they get political? Yeah. But I would try my best to try to avoid that as much as possible. But we could have some very in-depth, interesting discussions. Obviously, builds are a big thing. Actually, I've got my phone set up because I don't have a better camera. But, you know, I've got a set of cylinder heads. They're 292 casting small block Chevy cylinder heads that originally were girled, but they're not going to be anymore because it's not going to be for super high RPM application anymore. But basically, roller lifters, triple valve springs, port and polish work all the way around. The intake side is pretty gnarly, but, you know, just things like around that I would love to gain some traction on. And my wife has been very supportive in finding that for me taking the time to be able to do things like that. So I'm going to take the opportunity, give you guys a little bit of background. My name is Tyler, and I'm ready to start a journey as much as I possibly can outside of work and playing hockey and taking care of my family. I want to start doing this. So hope to see you guys soon. I'm going to have a couple things rearranged here in the shop. There's going to be some things that I think we could start with that would be pretty good A, discussion points, and B, some educational topics. So will I be a little bit slow in cranking these out? Probably to start. And I don't expect big viewership, obviously. That's not the intention behind this. The intention is for people to maybe grasp an idea and grasp something that they can turn into their own. And I know, like I said, YouTube's the cliche thing, but I think it's a great way to try to get an outreach or try to get some sort of traction going in, and some motivation is really what this is about. So, all right, well, I'm going to get to work and I'm going to start tossing around some ideas. Hope to see you guys soon.